First question, and this will go first to Phil Mendelson. DC has experienced incidents of high-profile fraud by government employees and contractors, controversial awarding of some contracts, and abuse of council earmarks. What needs to be done to assure city residents that their tax dollars are being used properly?
Well, first of all, I support getting rid of earmarks by the City Council. We changed our rules so that there would be no more earmarks this year, and I think we ought to continue that going forward. That's my position with regard to earmarks. With regard to contracts, there needs to be more transparency in the system. I think citizens have seen less than the council, which has seen less than we ought to by law in terms of contracts. I refer, for example, to all the contracts that were avoided the City Council by going through the Department of Recreation to the Public Housing Authority. I believe that the Inspector General needs to be more aggressive in investigating these contracts. We have, as a council, beefed up the DC auditor to try to improve that function. I think that we're going to be discovering for years what some of the secrets that have been hidden with regard to these contracts. The other point I would make is that we need a different Attorney General who will be more independent and honest about protecting the public interest.
Mr. Ray?
Well, I think the council member and I, we were asked this question the last time. I disagree with ending earmarks in government. I'm telling you, I was a director of an agency that had to really depend on the nonprofit sector coming forward and partnering with Parks and Recreation to run good programs. The problem is accountability. Council accountability, the executive accountability, and first and foremost, a director's accountability. I sat down with my nonprofits. I did a memorandum of understanding. I decided that, you know what, you make your application. If you get your funding, you get your first third up front, all right? You tell me your plan, the number of kids you're going to have, what you're going to do. You get your third of your funds up front. Halfway through it, I'm coming to visit you. Myself, as a director, I'm going to come see you and make sure you're doing what you say you're doing, and then you'll get another third. And following that, if your program's successful, I'll give you your last third, and then you can reapply next year. But this thing of just ending it is going to hurt a lot of individuals, a lot of nonprofits that do a lot of good for the city. And that's the job of a council member, is oversight and accountability.
Mr. Robinson?
I agree. I think that ending earmarks would be a detrimental thing to the partnership that we have with the not-for-profit community. And we ought to figure out a way and we're all smart folks, we can figure out a way to make certain that there's more accountability in streamlining the process. We might want to think about ensuring that there are adequate rules in place for making certain that every single dollar is accounted for, and that every agency has an opportunity to come before council to explain what those particular earmarks are. I agree that the part of the responsibility is making certain that the council does their job in oversight, and if the council had done their job sufficiently in oversight, we would not be having this discussion today about it.